Cool, finally some free time. What am I gonna do? Okay, so it seems that each chapter I get to talk with 1 or 2 people in the afternoon session, so I don't know, should I try and build on the same characters or should I try and talk to other characters? I seem to get on quite well with Adine. We just had quite a regular conversation. I don't know if there's more to it than that, or whether I should try and stick to the main story with like Bryce or something. I talked to Remy for the lore. Anna, I don't care. Lorem, he's just a fanboy, isn't he? He's a bit of a weird one. Let's go with Adine. Let's see what she's up to. This should be the right address. Isn't this where the murder was? Hello, knock knock. I'm coming, yo. Surprise, it's me. I was expecting someone else, but you're a little early. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know how long it'd take me to get here. It's better early than late, yeah? Alright, I'll just let myself in. Who's this? Is this like a... Oh, it's one of the orphans, isn't it? Who might that be? This is Emily. She's one of the kids I work with. Yo, Emily, what's up? Hello. Say hi. Hello. Alright, no problem. I'll just have to bring her back to the orphanage real quick. Feel free to make yourself at home in the meantime. Okay, no problem. I'll just... Yeah. You've met Emily. Okay, is that a good thing? I'm in a room. Nice widescreen TV. Small but cozy. Yeah, I'm back. That was quick. Being able to fly does have its perks. Wait, you flew? Okay. Well, I'm a delivery flyer. She doesn't get scared or nothing, not at all. She's just a brave little girl. What exactly is it you do at the orphanage? I'm a volunteer. I help them out whenever they need, and sometimes take care of the kids. Then you've got so many social workers. The ratio is about 1 social worker for every 10 kids. So it's good for the kids to spend some one-on-one time with someone they know. I guess you could almost call it babysitting, but for the kids we basically become foster parents. The older they get, the less likely they are to be adopted. She might be too old to be considered soon. I can see why. That's cold! I'd adopt her if I could, yeah. Let's just be sympathetic. What a shame. No problem. I'm worried about what will happen to her if she doesn't find a family. We'll still take care of her, of course, but it's not quite the same thing as having parents. I'd adopt her myself, but I don't think I could care for her properly. Not as a single parent with my packed work schedule. Seriously, she really wouldn't mind. She would love to have you. I'll still volunteer as often as I can, because if I don't, who will? Someone needs to be there for the kids. That's nice of you. Keep her cool. Thanks, but for me, it's not about being nice. I almost feel obligated to help, you know? Anyway, let's talk about something less depressing. Like what? Let me think. Oh, I just remembered someone died here recently. Yeah, that was earlier today. Okay, in your apartment? No, not here. It was close though, barely a block from here. Right, the murder of the maintenance guy, I remember that. It was this very same day. Okay. Wait, it was a murder? I didn't know that. I thought it was an accident or something. That's awful. Sorry for bringing that up. Finding the first victim was already bad enough for me, and now I have to hear there was another murder in town. I wish I could get some good news for once. Don't just focus on the bad things. There's no use lamenting something you can't change. I should be more positive. Yeah, you should. But it's not always easy. Maybe you'll get some good news soon. Gotcha. That reminds me, I've got something I wanted to try on you. What? Try on me? Nothing too dramatic. I read the magazine the other day and found a few interesting articles. Using her partial hand, she held up a magazine to show me a cover. A rather bold-looking female was presented on the front, adorned with trinkets and rings and jewels. Various headlines gave me the idea of the content within. It reminded me a lot of the typical gossip magazines from back home. Lifestyle, the magazine for modern people. Wow. This issue even came with a set of fortune cards. This type of magazines are trash. I'm not sure what to expect. Okay, isn't that the whole fun of it? Okay. What do we look at first? Just throw that stupid magazine in the trash. Okay. You decide. Just let her do it. Alright, let's see. This article talks about dreams and what they mean. Are we really doing this? Oh, have you had any strange or recurring dreams lately? I've been dreaming of fire. Oh, that is actually true, so we'll go with it. Alright. Apparently, it's a rather common symbol, and it can mean a variety of things. Another thing to consider is the significance of the symbol to the dreamer. What does fire mean to you? Fire can be destructive, but also wild and passionate. It can represent an issue or problem you can no longer ignore, similar to an actual fire breaking out. It also mentions prophetic dreams, but let's hope that yours don't fall into that category. I doubt it. Okay. What about yours? What have you got? It kind of feels like they're different every night. Most of them are nonsense, but sometimes I dream of people I used to know. What do you make of it? I don't know. I think it's bogus myself, but you know, even the article concludes that scientists haven't figured out why we dream. It's a big mystery. Alright, move on. I thought you meant moving on from the magazine. No, don't be such a sourpuss. There's some interesting stuff in here. No, you're reading trash. Stop reading the trash. Okay. Trash can. Okay. The dream stuff wasn't so bad. What's next then? Okay, what's next? A personality test? Didn't you always want to know what kind of relationship it would suit you? Really? Why not? Let's find out. Okay, we're doing like girly trash fucking, I don't know what this is. Okay, first question. In a relationship, what role do you take? Wow. You sub or dom? I like to switch it up. Okay. Switch it up. Variety is the spice of life, am I right? Okay, moving on. Wait, aren't you going to answer it as well? I'll take the test after you. I don't want to keep track of both our scores at once. Okay. Question number 2. What's your favourite dessert? Chocolate, lemon, coconut souffle, red hot chili cookies. Lemon. Unusual, but interesting. I'd like to try some. Okay, what's the next question? What is your dream job? Farmer, stay-at-home parent, business. Farmer, why not? Some people believe that kind of stuff is very idyllic, but I think it would be a lot of work. Okay, how many more questions are there? That's all of them. There's only 3. Okay, look up the results. What does it mean? I'm a psychopath? Okay. It says here the results are outlined in the weight loss booklet that came with the magazine, but I already threw that away. What is the point? Guess we'll never find out what kind of relationship would suit me. Yeah, how else would you know? What? There's no other way. I'll be at a loss for the rest of my life. Well, now we get to the best part, the fortune cards. Do we really have to do it? Okay, that's what I'm looking forward to. Let's do it. Me too. How are we supposed to work anyway? I mean, they're just cards. How can they predict the future? They use them for the chapters. For each chapter of the game there is a tarot card. So there is that. Apparently there are different schools of thought regarding the use of fortune telling cards. The cards themselves don't know anything. They're just a tool. So the information actually comes from somewhere else. But where? Who knows? One interpretation is that our subconscious who gives us the answers that we seek. Similar to how dreams can be interpreted, the interpretation of the cards is very dependent on the person and the symbols they recognise in the cards' images. We recognise images that are relevant to our lives, and that gives us an idea about ourselves and our current problems. However, this is just the most grounded interpretation out there. People usually associate something more paranormal with fortune cards. One of those explanations is that the cards are our way to communicate with a higher being, a paranormal entity that knows more than we do and can give us subtle nudges using the cards. And who would that be? The explanations range from ghosts to angelic beings. One even involved humans. Yeah, people would say you could communicate with humans this way. And there was also something called the higher self. What is this conversation? This is really weird. Okay, how come you know so much about this? Because I read the article. Okay, fair enough. What should I draw for ya? Why don't I get to be the one reading the fortune? Because I paid for the magazine, so the cards are mine. Alright, fair play. Alright, what are my options? Past, present or future? What's it gonna be? Future. The prediction of the future is what most people associate with these readings. However, their purpose is to prepare the person in question for a possible future, rather than just predicting it. Fair enough. There's your disclaimer. Let's shuffle these cards. Oh my. What's up? The card we've drawn is associated with drastic measures, particularly those with a final conclusion. Whoa. Okay. This can be interpreted in many ways, but it can refer to death, the ultimate conclusion. It can also mean many other things, like a violent outcome of a brewing conflict, or a positive resolution of a long-running conflict. Okay, what do you think? Should I be worried? If anything, it's not supposed to make you worry. It's supposed to give you input so you can prepare for what's to come. I've got no idea of what's to come. I suppose you find out when that comes. Okay, I guess that's everything the magazine has to offer. What a shame. I could try to find the diet booklet if you're that desperate to find out the personality test results. I'm good. Please don't. Okay. Anything interesting going on at the moment? I can't imagine what Ambassador's life is like. I've been checking out scenes of dead people and attacked by random people in masks. Okay. I thought the whole thing would go by quickly without any mishaps, but now it seems like there's always something going on. Oh yeah? Yeah, I figured if I come here, do the exchange and leave, but apparently it's not that easy. It never is. You speak as though you've had experience as an ambassador. Well, no, but doing deliveries is similar. People order something, I fire to them, we exchange the product for payment and then I go back. It's basically the same. Fair enough. But things always go wrong. For example, imagine you had to do 2 deliveries and make sure the first one goes smoothly. What? I'm imagining it very hard right now. Alright, so you get to the destination of the second delivery and then actually check what you're handing to them. It turns out you mixed up the orders, but you already delivered the first one. That's certainly not a pleasant situation to be in. Now you have to go back to the first family you delivered to, who by now have probably noticed that you got the wrong delivery, and exchange what you gave them for what you actually ordered. Alright. It's not that big a deal. It turns out they didn't mind the mix-up. As a matter of fact, they have already started eating what they got instead. It's not so bad that they aren't angry, but now you can't exchange the orders anymore, so you have to fly back to the restaurant and get a second order remade. Happens all the time. As a result, the people waiting for the second order get angry, because their order had to be remade and delivered all over again. And the plot thickens. Yeah, so not into this story, it's boring. They complain, of course, they get their meal comped. The restaurant can no longer sell the first order you still have, so the orders for both families are deducted from your paycheck, and you end up eating nothing but ramen all week again, just so you can make rent this month. Can't you keep the food that was wasted? Can you not eat that? That is unfortunate. And that's why you always double check your orders, because even a small mistake can have consequences reaching further than you think. Sometimes we just have to learn the hard way. I guess so. Anyway, what else have you been up to recently? Do you remember the stunt flying competition I told you about? Of course. I assume your participation is a given by now. Actually, I'm not so sure about that. I made the application early today, so hopefully it will arrive before the deadline. Or maybe I should fly over myself while showing off a few moves. You should fly over anyway to make sure you get it in. It would be a shame if you couldn't enter because of a technicality. Yeah, I really should drop by. By the way, could you do me a favour? That depends on the favour. It's kind of a long story, but there's something I need. You know some people at the police station, don't you? Yeah. I think they're in possession of a map related to an underground building they found. This is shady. This is shady dealings. I've heard about that. Yeah. Maybe you can get them to hand it over. It doesn't even have to be the real thing. A copy would be just fine. Why do you need this? Let's just say I'm interested in doing a little investigation of the place myself. This is bogus. What's so special about it? It's supposed to be a remnant of an earlier civilization, or maybe even something created by humans. Who wouldn't be interested? I'd pay a visit myself if I could. I think if you put your word in, you could easily make it happen. How do I even ask for something like that? You could always say that humanity is interested in it, really. Honestly, they probably would be. Could you ask them, please? I don't like it. Yeah, I'll think about it. No promises. Yeah, cheers. I didn't know you're into archaeology. I thought you were about flying. I wouldn't care as much if it turned out to just be some old building. The whole thing about it made by humans is what makes it really interesting. Why is that? Well, the myths wouldn't be very mythical anymore if that was the case. We'd have proof. And that's so shortly after finding out that humans are in fact real. Yeah, what a time to be alive. So you believe in all that stuff. Belief isn't the right word when you're standing here in front of me, you know. That alone is a miracle. I get excited all over again just thinking about it. Speaking of which, all this excitement has made me lose track of time. Is it that late already? Yeah, I gotta go. I've got places to be. Especially if I want to make sure my contest application arrives on time. Guess I should be going. For now, at least. I certainly wouldn't mind if you stopped by again sometime. Will there be any magazines involved? Please no. Actually, that magazine doesn't come out that often, so we wouldn't have anything new from then. I could get a different one though if you wanted. Don't bother. Wow, harsh. If you say so. Oh, okay. I really have to go. See you around. Okay. That was the second visit with Adine, I suppose.